A lot of things will change in Raid Shadow Legends with the next patch. We're here to discuss everything that we need to know about the next update. Probably you guys saw the video that I posted yesterday. I broke the clan boss, right? Well, I want to inform you that we literally actually broke the clan boss, and Amic, the new Void Legendary Fusion Champion, will actually get a fix. So on the A1, increases the value of all shield buffs on this champion by 25%. Also increases the value of any shield buffs on the ally with the lowest HP by 25%. That's what enabled us to deal so much damage with Corporal Cadaver, because how I explained in yesterday's video, the shield was constantly increasing by 25%. So if I had a 1 million shield, was going to increase by 250k, 1 million 250k, then again that will increase by 25, and so goes on, making it absolutely insane. Well, basically they changed that. I did thought that was a bit broken. I'm really surprised that the only thing that they're really supposed to check out was this. Even though it might sound niche as an infinite comp, you only have one champion in the game that enables you to increase shield. So it's just normal for you guys to go and check this thing first before actually releasing the champion like that. Now, I do want to mention they actually fixed the champion before they even released it in the game. So we know exactly what's going to happen with the champion. I still think that this is a very solid fusion, and not mainly because of the A1, but because of the A2, the A3, the passive. So all around, I still think it's worth it for you guys to go and get the fusion champion if you have the resources available. But basically what changed in here, and I'm going to show you in this video just towards the end, he's going to increase the value of the shield by 25% or 10k maximum. So basically you're not going to be able to just constantly increase the shield by a lot. It's going to be a cap of 10k HP, which is kind of weak sauce, honestly. Is a massive difference from what you've seen yesterday to today. But basically, I still think the Fusion Champion is solid, and expect to see a guide probably on Thursday when they're actually adding the champion to the game. Now, moving over to the patch notes, guys. We have quite a few concerns about this here, and when is Hydra Clash coming? Do we need to save our keys? What's going to happen with the multipliers? What's going to happen with the cheese teams? And of course, we have quite a few different things regarding to Oro battle, Insta battle in Clan Boss, and we're going to test that out a bit as well, and I'm kind of going to give you my thoughts on it and what I think about the whole idea of it, basically. So right here, let's start with the Hydra Clash, okay, and the basics. So 5 different clans will be matched together. So the matchmaking will be based on performance. So if my clan from rank 1 will deal 90 billion damage, your clan from rank 560 will deal 90 billion damage. In the next matchmaking, expect that you're going to be put in my group because it's based on performance. Now, the very first match, I'm not sure how exactly they're going to do that. But Hydra Clash is a mini tournament that takes place every week and involves 5 clans. So it's going to be a weekly thing. When does it start? Does it start this week together with the patch? Most probably not. The goal is simple. Earn more clash points than your opposition. To do that, you must participate in Hydra battles, deal damage, and use multipliers to your advantage. More on that in the next section. Now, we're going to discuss that because there are some issues, and I think this is what CVC was meant to be, man. Like, if we would have had this as CVC from the beginning, I feel like people would have been much, much happier about it. Now, there are a few issues right here. In order for the majority of clans be able to win this, the majority of people will either have to manual or retry a lot of keys, and for that, people will need to do it at their own convenience. Now, unfortunately, we do have something in game called advanced quests, which will drop in randomly, right? Will drop in randomly, and they might ask you to use a Hydra key, and that is a bit of a problem, I think. They definitely need to take that in consideration as well, because maybe I don't have time to I don't know, Thursday to run my key, and that's when my advanced quest comes in, you know, and I want to run my key Friday to maximize the damage and help my clan. So that's one small issue that can cause problems and frustration for a lot of people. Now, let me just move over to the next thing, and then we're going to talk about multipliers. Clans will be matched against one another based on their average performance in the previous 4 Hydra clashes to ensure fair and even matchmaking. So the very first few matches might not be as good in terms of matchmaking, but after they will actually condense 4 results into creating an average one, so you're kind of like put in a similar group. The first Hydra Clash launch will be carried out in test mode. This means that only the top 3,000 clans in the game, based on the rating that fulfill the requirements, will be able to participate. Afterwards, we'll introduce the clash to the rest of raid clans. So it's gonna be kind of like a bear up period, a match or so. Now we ask, is this going to start this week when the update comes? Do we save our keys? And we've been told that no, the Hydra Clash will not start this week, and we're gonna get more information later on. Clash points and multipliers. Now this is where the problem comes in play. So the damage you deal to the Hydra will serve as the base amount for the clash points you earn, but properly managing multipliers will be the key to victory. No, that's not the key to victory. The key to victory is going and cheesing hard, that gives you 2x multipliers, and you go on Nightmare, you're capped on the damage that you can do because it's just not humanly possible to exceed a specific amount of damage, and the hard multipliers will beat the multipliers on Nightmare, giving you more points from hard than on Nightmare, which makes it punishing. Like, instead of getting the biggest amount of points from the hardest content, I'm getting the biggest amount of points from the easiest content, basically. So normal has no multipliers, hard has a 2x multiplier, brutal has a 3x multiplier, and nightmare has a 4x multiplier. Now, what exactly am I talking about? Basically, guys, if you are aware of kind of like the highest damage on any of these difficulties, you're gonna know that my old clanmate Arcelan had the world record for Nightmare Hydra, and that was at around 800 plus million damage. And nobody since the last 7 or 8 months since he quit was able to beat that record in the entire game. Nobody, okay? So that says something. You need stupid gear, you need stupid champions to reach 800 million, and in the last 7 or 8 months since Arcelan stopped playing the game, nobody was able to beat his record. Then you go over to hard. And on hard, there are so many teams that deal 3+ billion damage. Mainly with Tranda. Tranda is a very strong cheese for a hard Hydra clan boss. So that means that hundreds of people will have access to this comp. And I'm not over exaggerating when I'm saying hundreds of people. I know myself hundreds of people that are able to build something like this. So that means that a lot of clans will actually get cheesed by teams like this. So it's kind of like defeating the purpose of doing Hydra Clash on higher difficulty and focusing everything on it. So I do hope that Platinum will take some solution. We provided them with feedback. I think the hard multiplier should be a 1.25, brutal a 3.5, nightmare do a 4.5 or a 5 multiplier, and that is the decisive factor. When we are talking about the rewards, probably you've seen, I've covered this in different videos, the protection set and the stone skin set actually got a buff, and they will actually have stone skin and protection accessories. Those will be the rewards for the Hydra Clash. Only the clans that take the first 3 places in the Hydra Clash will earn rewards, no one else. Naturally, winning the Clash will provide better Clash chests. Furthermore, players need to participate in the Hydra Clash and reach a specific milestone of Clash points contributed before they become eligible for any rewards at all. And the more points you earn, the greater the reward you get at the end. We've already discussed this, the buff and stuff. Feel free to read it yourself on the screen. I'm not going to go over it again. There are some nice combos coming to the game. You're going to be able to build all sorts of crazy different champions. Bolster and Stone Skin. You're going to be able to build Stone Skin and Savage. Stone Skin and even Immunity if you feel like it. So you don't get bombed on your Mithrala, for example. You're going to be able to make a lot of combos when we are talking about builds. And that's a great thing. I do hope that they're going to implement more similar accessories in the future so we can create more combinations on our builds. That's definitely a great thing. Now, the clan versus clan tournament updates when we are talking about points. Finally, the Iron Twins, the Sand Devils, the Phantom Shogun, Ascend artifacts and accessories, get Perfect Soul, win crests from Live Arena, all these will actually get a specific amount of points when you are completing it. Similar with the spider and all the rest. So hopefully now we can actually run a different thing, not just spider all the time during CVC. I do have a feeling that these 3 dungeons right here will actually give quite a decent amount of points. I don't have very high hopes for the Iron Twins because they seem to don't care about it whatsoever. You've seen that they don't want to buff it or anything like that. But I would expect the Phantom Shogun and the Sand Devil to give a good amount of points to be competitive with the Spider, or maybe even more, just so they force people to farm this more during CVC than the rest of the dungeons. I have a feeling that that might happen. Now this again is not live in-game today, guys. It's gonna be on for the next CVC, so in 2 weeks from today, if they're not changing the schedule. Then of course, moving over to the next things that we gotta cover in here, and that is the Demon Lord Quick Battle. Now, in order for you to use a Quick Battle, you need to 1-key that difficulty to unlock it. If you don't 1-key, you're not gonna unlock it. So that means that if you are using 3 or 4 keys to get the top chest, you're not gonna have access to it. So I've seen all sorts of different opinions on it, you know, like my opinion is like, leave everyone to enjoy it, because everybody has time issues, not just the people that 1-key. Then a lot of people are like, yes, Skratch, but if they do that, what reasons do I have to improve my clan boss team? What reason do I have to try to go for that 1-key? And in a way, I kind of like get the point, but at the same time, I'm like, well, don't you want to improve your clan boss team so you have keys for the other difficulties to get more rewards, you know? But it feels like not everybody's necessarily with the same mentality. So I'm gonna show you that in game in just a second, because I do have access to check that out on the test server. So right here, I'm quickly gonna go over this. You see, that's what changed, guys. The increased value of the shield buffs cannot exceed 10,000 HP. That's the change that happened to Amic Trunkheart. So probably you've seen that we used this team yesterday in the video. I broke the clan boss. I haven't changed anything on it whatsoever because it was on the test server. I'm not gonna go and change the builds. But I do want to show you the difference, guys. And the difference is like from the sky to the ground, or from the ground to the sky. It's like such a massive difference that this comp is completely dead, okay? Like this team is not going to be a thing, unfortunately. I did had hopes that maybe Plarium planned to make it in this way, because it's more of a niche team, right? Like the Infinity comp. And I thought that maybe they said like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's make a crazy clan boss team with the new Fusion champion so everybody can have fun. But I expected it at the same time to just be an overlook from their side when they designed the champion, and that they haven't actually thought about the most obvious thing that people will try to do with the champion, which is put him in an infinite comp with the Corpulent Cadaver. So, how you guys can see, we are already at 1 minute. Turn 5, 1.4 million damage. The value of the shield is barely increasing. The damage that we are dealing with Corpulent Cadaver is weak sauce. And it's going to continue to be weak sauce, and we're gonna deal a very, very small amount of damage. And it's gonna be completely irrelevant to run a team like this, unfortunately. So, I apologize, but unfortunately this won't be a thing, guys. So I can let it go on for 5 more minutes till the team is going to die. But the highest damage you're going to see from him is probably gonna be around 300k. Maybe not even that, because he's gonna start to get damaged more and more and more. So the shield value is actually gonna be decreased at the same time, and Amic won't be able to keep up the step with the clan boss to increase the value of the shield because of the cap, because the clan boss will deal 20k damage while Amic will increase the shield only by 10k. So basically we're gonna go into the negative, and eventually the team is going to die. But you see, by now we were already at 1 key. We were almost at beating the world record with the team in the 2-3 minutes, okay? Which is just crazy. I just wanted to show you that this is dead. Talking about the quick battle feature, guys. So let's take, for example, the Barrier comp. This is a team that can 1-key, auto 1-key every single affinity, right? I have no issues whatsoever. But that's if you have a preset. If you don't have a preset, the champions will start to use different skills, like the second man-eater, Painkeeper will not use the skills in the right order without creating the team setup. And what's gonna happen is that doesn't really allow us to go in and do a quick battle. The quick battle feature doesn't actually remember the previous damage you dealt. It's actually calculating a new damage every time you're doing a run. So affinities and all this will be a bit of an issue. Now, I'm not sure how it's going to interact if you cannot one key it on force. Probably you're gonna get less damage than what you need or something like that. I'm not 100% sure just yet. And basically, I have no preset on this team at the moment. You see, like, I just let them go and do whatever they want. Because unfortunately, if you are not able to auto one key, you're not gonna be able to use this. So my question, my problem here is, why didn't they made it so if you can one key it regardless of how, let them just get access to the feature, right? Like, it makes no sense. It's so hard to get a full auto clan boss team that will one key it. I'll be honest with you, like, I've done so many takeovers. I've created myself so many different clan boss comps, and I know how hard it is to get a full auto team from the start, because some champions just don't interact well with each other. They have bad AI, and unfortunately, this is how this feature will actually play out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hopefully we didn't end up in making this video too long, but appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.